Well, ice, 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 guys. And you know what? I didn't put it in my blender because my chug lug, because I can chop these pieces up and I can get crushed ice. Yep, crushed ice. What is this? Why am I talking about ice? Well, hello, hemodialysis family. God bless you guys. This is your caregiver supporter, Queen C. Pinkston, and it is right now 80 degrees. 80 degrees in Rochester, New York, right there. 80 degrees. Yes, it is. It's 80 degrees. And for you that are on dialysis, high temperatures, high humidity can pose a serious risk. It can just cause a big problem. So we're going to talk about that just for a few minutes. And this is why I had the ice. Because we're gonna my thoughts to you are my tips to you today. The colder, the better. The colder, the better. Because if the humidity is high, it's hot, and you're gonna want to drink. So the colder, the better. That way you can sip and not gulp a whole deal. Because this is a glass of ice. When it melts down, it's probably going to be about right there. Okay? So if you've eaten this glass full of ice right here, you're probably going to get about that much fluid on, which is going to be much better than getting this full of water, probably cool, comfortable, in gulping down the whole glass. Okay? So that's what we're talking about today. So let's get into this. Guys, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. If you know anybody that is on dialysis, give them this video. Give them this video, guys. They need this information. 80 degrees out there today, and the humidity is high. So we're saying, okay, a recent study found that mortality rates increases by 15 to 20% during extreme humid heat events among dialysis patients. So, with it being hot like it is now, you want to go outside if you're off dialysis today, and you want to get to the beaches or wherever you're going, and you want to drink. Can't do it. Get ice, get ice, get ice. Cold, cold, cold. Okay? All right, so let's talk about some of the dangers and then help you with some pointers, give you some affirmations, and then we'll be gone for today. So why is it dangerous? Why is the heat temperatures so dangerous for somebody that's on dialysis? Okay, so impaired fluid regulations. Let's talk about it. Healthy kidneys help balance fluids in our bodies and electrolytes, but dialysis patients rely on treatments. That's why they come to the unit, because they can't do this. Their kidneys doesn't work, for the people that don't know that. So in hot, like it is today, 80 degrees, in humid, like it is today, weather, the body sweats more. But dialysis patients may not be able to, pardon me, may not be able to safely increase the fluid intake to compensate. So I can drink iced coffee or tea or water or whatever. I can do that, okay? Because my kidneys are working, thank God. But for our family members who are on dialysis, they can't. And therefore, with them sweating and the humidity and because you lose through breathing, you lose through sweating. The ones of us that can urinate, you lose through urine, you lose through anything, bowel movements, you're losing fluid, you lose. But we can replace, they cannot in a whole bunch, okay? So both the high humidity and the high heat is very dangerous for dialysis people. Okay, so um, both extremes are dangerous. Dehydration can lead to low blood pressure. What is that dehydration? That means now you can't put the fluid back, so you get dehydrated. All right. Now you pinch your skin and it won't go back. See how mine just pop back like that? But if you ever pinch it and it kind of stay at that peak for a little while, that means you need fluid. That means you're getting dehydrated. Okay. So so dehydration can lead to low blood pressure, dizziness, while fluid overload can cause swelling, shortness of breath, or heart strain. So they're in a catch-22. So our dialysis people, cold, 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 ice, ice, ice. The colder, the better. Okay, I'm just got to say that all through this video. Cold, um, berries, frozen fruit, frozen berries, frozen strawberries, um, whatever you can do to, yeah, put them in the thing, freeze them, suck on them, something. The colder, the better. Because otherwise, you're going to gulp it down and you're going to get in too much fluid. Watch the watermelon. Watch the watermelon. That's a big one because it lives up to its name. Its name is watermelon. 75% water. Tastes good. Vitamin C, all is there. But if you eat probably 2 cups, 3 cups, or whatever the case may be of it, however you're doing it, you get your gigantic big slice and you're just chug-a-lugging it down because it's nice and cool you off inside, but you're going to get a fluid overload. You're going to get a fluid overload, and it's going to cause the dialysis family to have problems because then you're going to be swelling, then you're going to have shortness of breath, and it's going to put a strain on your heart. And before you know it, all because you're trying to get cool, you're going to have yourself at the emergency room or something of that sort. So you do not want that. You want to enjoy your summer, and you want to enjoy it with your family. Did you hear me say summer? That's my southern accent. It's summer. All right. Um, Real quick. Underlying conditions. Many dialysis patients also have diabetes, heart disease, or lung issues, which make it even harder to tolerate heat stress. Okay? So what helps? What helps? What helps? Real quick. What helps? So can I do this in 15 minutes? I'm gonna try. What helps? Stay cool. Stay cool. So I can't show you per se, but I got a fan right here. I got a portable fan right there. See, yeah, see this blowing? See this moving? So I got a portable fan right there. I also have an air conditioning unit over there in the window if I want to turn that on for me. So for you that are on dialysis, you need to have a fan or air conditioning or cooling cloths. Take some cloths and you can wet them and freeze them, or you can buy some of those. Guys, you know how we go camping and you have the portable ice packs? You can buy the ice packs and you can have those to kind of put around you or put on you something if you're outside or you're someplace and you're getting too hot. Okay. Avoid going out during the peak heat. Now, we used to tell people this in Florida all the time, and they didn't pay us any attention because we were used to the heat, and visitors would come down from the north, and they would think that they could walk outside in the heat like we could, and they couldn't. Peak heat. Sun is overhead. 12, what? Probably 11, 12, 1, somewhere in there. It's going to be at the peak. High, 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 right? So you're going to want to go either early or you're going to want to go late when the sun is going down. And that way you still get to enjoy, but you're not in the highest peak of the heat. Okay? That should make sense. You want to monitor your weight and fluid intake. Keep track. That's how we tell dialysis people how much you gain is by your weight. When we get you to your target weight or your dry weight, you know what that is. Let's say it's 80 kilograms, okay? And then at the end of the day, you're up to 82 kilograms. But you know you've already put on 2 liters of fluid, okay? Or whatever. And you know you really need to watch it, and you don't want to put on 2, 3, 4. You're going to start having difficulty. So remember, I said have your own personal cup. Have your own personal cup. This is a 12 ounce, my old favorite standby. Have your own personal cup. Fill it full of ice in no dab of juice or water at the bottom or something, and sip on it. And as it melts, you sip. As it melts, you sip. And that way you're staying moist and you're not getting fluid overload. That's just a tip. Okay? Hard candy also. Um, hard candy is very good. And if you can tolerate lemon, maybe lemon sugarless or lemon whatever, hard candy drops, we found that to be very, very good because lemon is like sour. Sometimes just thinking about it can make your mouth salivate. So you keep you moist inside. Hard candies keep you moist inside, something you can suck on. Okay? You want to dress light. You want to wear breathable, loose-fitting clothes. Okay? And you want to check in with your care team in case you need to make any changes with your schedule and whatever's going on. That's usually your schedule is going to be kind of set, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, unless you got something going on that you need to change. All right, let's move on. I said I wanted to try to make it 15 minutes today. Have another appointment I got to go to, but guys, I'm telling you. Okay, here we go. I want to give you some affirmations pertaining to dealing with the atmosphere and just things that are going on and just help you feel better for the day. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do a few affirmations. Psalms 46:1 says, God is my refuge and strength and ever-present help in trouble. So let us say this. I am safe. Even with the heat, even with the high humidity, even with everything that's going on. I want you to say this. Say, I am safe and ever-present help in trouble. I am safe, even in the storm. I am safe. God surrounds me with his peace. And this is for my caregivers. I need you to say that while you're caring for them because when they overload, you're the ones that's taking them to the doctor. You're the one that's going to be treating them. You're the one that's got to get them there, okay? You're the one that's got to make sure they can breathe right and do all that stuff right. And you're going to be guarding and helping reminding them of their fluid intake. That's what you're going to be doing and helping remind them stay cool. I know you are. That's what we do. That's what we do as caregivers, right? And so I'm here to support you in that. All right? So you're going to say, I'm safe even in the storm. God surrounds me with peace. Amen. Let's get another one. How about Philippians 13, old favorite? I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Amen. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So you want to say, I am equipped for this. I'm equipped for this very moment. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Amen. Always remember that. Because that can really mess with your psyche sometimes. So you need to make sure we need to make sure we keep that in our bank, right? I'm not alone. I'm equipped for this. I can handle this. I got this. I got help. My help comes from the Lord. I got this. All right? So you want to say, the Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in sun-scorched land. Can you believe that? So even when the sun is hot, this is my people in Florida. This is my people in Texas. This is my people in Louisiana, in Alabama. Yeah, all of the right. Mm-hmm. Even in sun-scorched land, God will satisfy your needs. He's there. We just got to work with him. Amen. And I want to reach out to, I don't know what to share so much for. I just need to pray for the ones that are going through the storms right now. When the hurricanes and tornadoes and all come through. And, a lot of times people only think about, or I don't know if they only think about, but maybe on the news you only get reports. Basically, you see people walking about and you see folks being thankful that they survived. And that's great. But do you ever think about there are people that are in those houses, that were in those houses, they're on oxygen machines. Some of them are in wheelchairs. Some of them are in their beds, their medical beds. Some of them can get up. Some of them can't get up. The electricity gone. They don't have the oxygen anymore. Some of them they need to get the dialysis, and maybe they can't. And sometimes even the dialysis unit maybe it can be destroyed as well. We don't know. We don't get all those behind the scene reports. So there's a lot of things to pray about and think about when it's just not just us. So I just want to encourage you to be a blessing to others, to think about your friends when you see them, out together. Because remember again, you the person that is on dialysis very rarely look sick. You can't really tell it unless they've come a long, long way and they've had a lot of issues. You don't really tell it, right? Because you don't see their access and they're sitting dressed or whatever looking just like you. So you're being as kind as you can by continuing to offer them a nice cold glass of water because it is extremely hot outside. But it would be better if you offer them ice. If you could give them some chipped ice, crushed ice. Yes, ice. That would really be a blessing to them. They could have some small amount of juice in there or whatever it is that they like to drink. But if it's as cold as it could be, and they will just sip on it, it will help them so much. So some of you didn't have your moms and have your grandparents and you have different ones and maybe they were inside. And another thing too, the other way, real quick before we go, is dehydration. The elderly, the older they get, they kind of lose the desire to drink. So you have to encourage them to drink, but you still can't encourage them, especially if they're on dialysis, to overload. So then giving them cold frozen fruit or something, if they can tolerate a popsicle, or something of that sort. I used to give my mom sugar-free popsicles and things like that. That is nice and cold and juicy, but give them some type of a taste because they just kind of, it's just something that life brings where they're not up and about, moving about anymore. So they kind of lose that desire to want to just drink, just force down a glass of water. So popsicles are good if you, like I say, sugar free. They're not diabetic or something. Or anything that's really cold. Keep them from getting overloaded and keep them from getting dehydrated. I know it's a balancing act. It's crazy. Not too much fluid over here, then you know what I mean, and not too much of this over there. But you can do it. You can do it. Just think colder the better. The colder the better for them. So ice, grind it up, chop it up, right? Chop it up, and give them ice and let them suck on ice. Put something in their form that they like to drink. And the other thing of it is, um, make sure that they're not getting dehydrated and not getting overloaded. So what are the two main words? We don't want to become dehydrated. No fluids at all, or not enough fluid at all. Okay? And then what? Fluid overload, which is too much fluid because we're trying to stay cool and trying to do that. So any external things help. The fan helps. The cold packs help. Dressing lightly um, outside, maybe being in the shade, anything like that. Okay? And just remember that God is always with you. He is your helper. The Lord said he will never leave us nor forsake us. Amen. And that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. He is our refuge and he is our strength. And I want to encourage you when you're pushing the wheelchairs, caregivers. I see people as they're pushing folks out on the pier when I'm out walking, or you're pushing your loved ones around. I need to encourage you make sure you hydrate as well. Make sure that you drink, because sometimes we can, and I'm learning that now, can spend so much time caring for others, we forget to care for ourselves. And we don't want to do that. So, guys, I told you this was a short video today, and I am done. I'm going to see you in our next video. Just remember, the colder, the better. Okay, the colder, the better. And, guys, if you have any comments about what I talked about today, if you know anybody that's on dialysis, you know anybody that needs this information, please, by all means, share the video. Share the video and leave a comment if you will. Please leave a comment. God bless you. I love you. And I want to see you right here in our next video.